package secured. So you know how they say you should never bring work home with you? But in this case, I've been asked to feature a great tasting, super easy ricotta gnocchi recipe. So thank you, Stephanie, for sharing this recipe and gifting me all the ingredients for this video. So let's get started. What you need for this recipe is linked in the bottom of the description, where I give you all the details to all of my recipes. Now, most important for this simple gnocchi is you want to have ricotta cheese and you want to have some good flour and 1 egg. So we're going to start off with our ricotta cheese. Now, if you haven't used ricotta cheese before, it's kind of like a soft tofu texture. Somewhat firm, but it's a little bit soft and pliable at the same time. Now I want to dry this off a little bit before I actually put it in the bowl. So after I cut it, I will use the paper towel that it's underneath to kind of wipe off some of the excess liquid. Now that's about 1 cup of ricotta cheese. I'm eyeballing it, but it's give or take about 1 cup. Now for the soft wheat flour that I'm using, I'm gonna go with about 1 cup of flour. A little bit more, but about 1 cup. You'll be able to tell throughout the video if it's too wet or if it's too soft when we're making it, and I'll show you. I'm gonna put this flour off to the side, just in case if I need it, as I start to combine my mixture and mix it together. Now go ahead and crack your 1 egg into it. Now I'm going to start off with the fork. You can use your hand if you'd like, but just for the sake of making this video, I'm going to start it off with the fork. Kind of push the pieces together until it forms almost like a dough consistency. Now right now you can kind of see that it's sticking to my fingers, so that means that it's a little bit too wet. I'm going to go ahead and add that extra little bit of flour that I had to the side. And we want to knead it into each other, or kind of fold it into each other. And then go ahead and cover it up with saran wrap once it gets about this consistency. It doesn't stick to your fingers anymore, it's a little bit more firmer. You need to put it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. I would probably say about an hour. But in the meantime, while we're actually getting everything cleared and ready, we're going to start making our pasta sauce. So let's bring in my music. So I'm starting off with some garlic. I'm just going to press and crush them. Now this is your sauce, so if you don't want to make it from scratch, you can definitely use a jar of your favorite pasta sauce. But just to make it really authentic, Stephanie hooked me up with the good stuff. This is fresh tomatoes, and I'm going to be using some fresh garlic, some onions, a little bit of oregano, and I'll add a little bit of other things in there if I need to, but some salt and pepper. So I'm going to thinly slice my onions. Now, if you're one of those people who get really teary-eyed when you're cutting onions, a little quick tip is if you put them in the freezer for a little bit, or if you just get a really sharp knife, it avoids all those type of tears. Some good olive oil. Bring your pot to about medium heat. We're going to saute our onions and our garlics together. And I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a little bit of oregano for some extra flavor. I'll add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, of course, and then go ahead and hit it with the sauce. And then just let it simmer for a few, I'll probably say about 45 minutes to an hour. Let's get back to making gnocchi. So now at this point, we need to get our countertop ready. Put my parchment paper down, because as I'm cutting these gnocchis, I'm going to be putting them into a nice little tray. It's been sitting in the fridge for about 45 minutes. I'm going to just put a little bit of light flour on the surface. And then I'm going to start grabbing it and rolling it into a cylinder type shape. You'll see. I'll show you. It's almost like you're making a snake. Or like you're a DJ. Just chugga chugga. Roll them out. You don't want to be too thin, but you don't want to be too thick. Just somewhere in the middle. Now if you're finding you're sticking to the countertop or chopping board, add a little bit more flour. And then I line them all up And then we start the chopping. You want it to look like almost like a pillow, but that's what it looks like as a snake, you want to call it that. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and chop off the end and kind of make these nice little pillows. Just like that. Now this will probably feed about 3 or 4 people depending on their appetite. I have a pretty large household and this took care of everybody. And once you have them on the tray, you want to get your boiling hot water ready. Add a little bit of salt, a little bit of oil, and just plop them right in. Once it comes to a boil, make sure it comes to a rapid boil before you put them in. You want to strain them, drain them, and then you want to start getting ready to plate them. And there you got it. Gnocchi, a nice little bit of basil on the side, and then you got to put some official Parmesan cheese. It's the only way to do it. Don't use that one in the jar. You got to use the fresh stuff. And then you can enjoy. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe and follow. It's the way how I know that you guys are enjoying what I'm putting together. And I want to thank Stephanie for sharing this recipe. Super easy, super quick. I will have a short form version of this and all the details are in the description. I will see you next time. Enjoy and have a good time.